Bowl season might have come to a definitive end, but that doesn't mean that player participation within the realm is decaying. As in its most recent complete cycle, over 8,000 college football athletes put their name to be entered in the transfer portal, doubling the total amount of athletes entered since the concept's 2018 inaugural season. But as college sports have become more flexible, previously stabilized regimes now find themselves reconstructing on a constant basis, which makes the question poignant. Is it right for college athletes to base their decision of commitment solely on capital? The transfer portal, a concept first introduced on October 15th of 2018, allowing college athletes to transfer from institutions with no penalties overriding the process. At first, the intention was targeted towards improving communication and transparency between student and school, but now its original idea has really been exploited. And to find out why, it calls for us to target the luxury that makes the world go round. Money. For the majority of its existence, the NCAA held strict regulations around how student athletes could be compensated for their performance. This all changed in 2019, when California passed legislation called the Fair Play to Pay Act, granting athletes a chance to be paid for their name, image, and likeness, aka NIL. But it didn't end in California. Following the mass adoption of similar laws across the states and a unanimous Supreme Court decision, the NCAA finally changed its mind, adopting an interim NIL policy in 2021.
The NIL has really separated the group of 5 colleges, the Power 5, Power 4 colleges. It's also exploited the universities that have, and then the universities that really struggle. Obviously, if you're benefiting off that, it's great. If you're one of these universities that is getting a ton of athletes now because of NIL, then you're definitely reaping the benefit. But other universities, smaller universities, it has definitely created a challenge to try to compete. And then you throw on top of that the role that the transfer portal plays in that. So now if you're a group of 5 that already does not have those resources, you have a kid that you recruited, kid explodes on the scene, that kid now is going to leave you because they can, and then they're going to go somewhere where they're going to make money now. What kids, it feels like, are losing track of what college is about is the degree. And if you're a college athlete who is getting that paid for completely, textbooks, tuition, rooming and board, if you're getting that paid for because of your athletic ability, I've always felt like, even when I was on scholarship like that, you felt so grateful for that opportunity. Now, though, it's like, okay, that's great and all, but it's great to have my $200,000 a year education paid for at Notre Dame, but what else are you getting me?
Student interests are flowing with contemporary trend, yet to categorize all athletes under only caring about NIL is a conclusion that really lacks merit.
Well, the biggest factor is for sure, the history they have at the school, the great education, it's top tier, it's a Ivy League school. And I'll be playing FBS football against some of the best colleges, in the United States. Obviously capital is, it's nice, but it's definitely not like a big thing in my perspective.
It is clear that NIL has forever changed the way in which college athletes are recruited to separate institutions. Yet its impact is not based on the results it gives on paper, but the validity that each individual athlete gives towards its enticements. While money may make the world go round, opinion is what causes action.